Hello all, and welcome to another video from Ellensburg Amplifier Repair and Service. Here in Central Washington, my name's Todd. And today I'm just going to go over with you a Smart5 amplifier. This is a warranty repair, in for warranty. And I'm just going to go over a situation where a valid warranty claim, is accepted. So let's just get right to it. Sometimes QA/QC during the manufacturing process, sometimes I think can get overlooked. And in particular, sometimes these boards, and it's just not tar amps, but it's really the way these Brazilian amplifiers are put together, is you have things that I call these tie downs. I call these transistor tie downs. What's the technical name? I don't know, couldn't tell you, really. But these tie down the transistors to the heatsink. Well, that's what keeps them cool. So these tie downs get really close, as you can see, to the edge of the transistor, the screwed right here. And one of my theories for this kind of failure is these holes are not pre-tapped for the screws. Here's the heat sink. Let me see if I can get this underneath the camera without throwing it off too far. Okay, so there's the heat sink. Hopefully the autofocus doesn't go crazy on me. And you can see that the screw hole, sorry about that autofocus, shorted to the backside of that transistor and actually blew a hole in the heat sink. And I'll find this, every now and then I'll get a couple of these in a year, where when they go and screw in the screw to the tie down, what happens is you get some aluminum shavings from the heat sink that gets up underneath that transistor while they're putting it together. And I don't know if this kind of situation is something where they put it together but they don't test it before it gets shipped out, or maybe they only spot check their production line for quality assurance. I don't know the process. But every now and then these things will come out of the factory already with an obvious short. I already cut out the transistor and threw it in the garbage, sorry guys. But on the bottom side of the transistor, the back of that tab is melted right off. So yeah, so that sends the amplifier into protection. And then from there, it's really simple. What I do is not only do I identify the problem for warranty purposes, but then I have to repair the amp, obviously. So 9 times out of 10, the amplifier drive itself will be okay. What I do is I check for these gate resistors. So did any gate get shorted to high voltage or whatnot? 21, 21, 21, and 20. That's actually like 22 ohms. What is the technical value of the technical value of these gate resistors are? Let's see if I can find one here. The technical value is, yeah, 22 ohms. So, sorry, hopefully I didn't blind you guys. So they're 22 ohm gate resistors. So no gate resistor was shorted to high voltage. That doesn't mean that the gate resistor got shorted to ground or whatnot, but it just tells me that I did not have a huge surge current going back through the drive circuit for this particular half part of the output channel here. But I do show that I have a dead short across. So the transistor that was blown out to the heatsink, I show a dead short, 0.2 ohms. Its neighbor shows me a short of 44 ohms, and the other neighbor is a short of 44 ohms. So that dead short tells me that the 15-volt Zener diode is shorted. So I'm just going to take out the old SMD hot air rework gun here, the Atten ST862D. Excellent tool to have, guys, if you do a lot of repairs, SMD work. You can just see I have the Xtronics here with the handheld fan that's internal. I mean, this is a Cadillac compared to that. So let me get this Zener diode off. I've already removed the silicone that they used to hold the inductor in place, which covered this Zener. All right, so 15-volt Zener, as I'd mentioned, is off. It's that little guy right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my resistance to see if I've got the 44 ohms or if it's showing the proper, oh look, 9.9K. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Tells me that the little driver here, I don't know, I think it's IC14. This driver here, the 3005, so that's telling me that that driver is not shorted. But that Zener diode was definitely shorted. And is the Zener shorted? Oh, it sure is. Look at that, 0.2 ohms. Just a quick diagnosis of finding the short. Oh, and just to let you know, the other half of the channel here is okay, 9.9, and then the other side of the amplifier, 9.9, and then of course it should be 9.9. So we have great resistance values across the output section. Let me get a 15-volt Zener, and we'll get that Zener diode put back on. So we'll get that Zener diode put back on, and this amplifier, once I get the output transistors back in, we'll fire right back up. I mean, it just goes, you know, when you do this enough, the resistance values is what I use. A lot of people use diode mode, but in my opinion, forward voltage just does not give you the information that a resistance value gives you. I guess when it comes to accuracy, I know the values, the resistance values of what the circuit should be. A forward voltage, I mean, doesn't really tell me the resistance value, of the circuit itself. So I'm just rambling. But yeah, we'll get that 15-volt Zener put back on, and this thing will be good to go. Sorry for the glare on this. And I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, I am back with you. So as you can see, I've got the transistors installed right here. I've got a new 15-volt Zener diode installed. And this, as you can see, the scope is, let me see if I can point the right way. Scope is up. I'm going to have to turn my other camera off because these will start glitching out on me. Well, it's just going to glitch out on me, I guess. Well, okay, so OBS does not like it, my setup. It never has. Hopefully you guys get the point of this video, though. So I just want to show you, I do use the thermal imager always initially when I first power up a board to check for any abnormal heating as the rail starts building up. I'm using a 10 amp current limited supply. It's just a plug in the wall little 12 volt 10 amp brick that you'd find on any like outdoor pump or fountain pump. Sorry, that meter. I use that to power up almost all amplifiers. Almost any amplifier will start with that 10 amp brick. Some things like the B2, the Brazilian B2s, or the Sound Digitals that I used to service, I no longer service Sound Digital, had a heck of a time powering up those boards. Sorry about the glitch on that. So I'm just gonna check, make sure nothing's abnormally heating up on me, and it's not. So no abnormal heat, and as you saw on the screen there, that we did have drive on the side that blew up on us. So let me get the scope set up so you guys can see what we got going on. There's the drive. So there's the output drive for the channel that I just repaired. Really just simple, straight procedures. Check for shorts, pull the transistors, check for shorts again. If you see that your gate drive's resistance value is off, well, find what's making it off. In this instance, of course, it was a shorted Zener diode. So when you lose the transistor, a lot of times you'll lose the Zener diodes. And then even at that case, if you get a gate short, you're also going to lose the driver and you're going to lose the drive IC. But there was no gate short. So I always look for where did the current go. So wherever the current went is where I need to be looking at to repair the amplifier. So I already know that the current didn't go back through the drive, through the gate drive, because all the gate resistors were still intact. So I'm just going to remove my probe here. I got to be careful because the rail is charged. And when I say, to keep your fingers out of the rails, the rectifiers are right here and right here. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to point out at this time in the video here, it does look like that I lost my audio through OBS, and I'm not quite sure what I have said or mentioned during this part of the video. But as I always say, keep your fingers out of the rails, stay safe, and if you've got any comments, questions, concerns, please leave them down below. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you are interested in this kind of content, and I will come out with some more in the future. Thanks guys for watching, stay safe, and we will see you on the next one.